Welcome to the Tarantula Cloud. This is Day or Night, and you're looking at a Poecilotheria Metallica, the Goody Sapphire Ornamental. This is Millie. I really wanted to feature this tea because she's never really out, and obviously you can see she's showing really nice blue coloration. The yellow warning stripes there. Starting to think that she may be a he, but that's alright because I will be breeding this species in the next few years, hopefully, if I'm lucky. But she rarely gets a chance to be featured walking around kind of being herself. She used to be really skittish, and now she's not docile, but she's somewhere in between. The light doesn't really bother her so much, as you can see here, and she used to run around like crazy in there. If she felt the vibration of me walking in the room, she would do it. But now she's just perfectly fine. We all know that the Metallicas are the more mellow of the Pokies, everyone says. So mine's really mellowed out and she's gotten bigger. So really happy to feature her, even just walk around. I wish she would eat on camera. That'd be nice. Next up, Aphonopelma seemanni, the Costa Rican zebra. Her name is Ink. One of my new additions from about a couple weeks ago. I think almost a month ago maybe. I rehoused her in here because she's a little, well, she's more than a little. She's very skittish, and she likes to roam around. The enclosure I had before, I could just tell she wasn't comfortable in there. That's actually the same cricket that was walking around the top there. I just try to get her to eat on camera, and she doesn't. Aphonopelmas do not normally eat on camera. Alright, we have the Acanthoscurria Chacoana, the Bolivian salmon pink. This is Rogue. She's been featured a lot lately in my videos. She had a molt a while back. She has great attacks, and as you can see, she's very beautiful to look at. She's getting big. I love this tea's personality. She's a hunter. She will hunt down anything in this enclosure if I put it in there. I try to put it right in front of her for the videos, but when I'm not going to feature her, I put them in there sometimes, and she'll chase them around the enclosure. But a lot of times in her enclosure, as you can see here, these crickets go inside of her little hide there to get away from her. And this is the same feeding. She still has a cricket in her mouth, Rogue I'm talking about, and these crickets think they can hide in there, and as you can see, they're not safe from her hide. Gotta love the Acanthoscurrias. This is a really nice tea. If you don't have one, I really recommend one of these. They're really great teas. If you like the giant white knee, you'll like that one. This is the Grammostola pulchripes, the Choco Golden Knee brownie. This is the biggest of my two golden knees. And I've been featuring her more because she's going to be due for a molt soon. And this is one of her last stages of actually turning into that weird brown color after molting, that juvenile color that they get. She hasn't really displayed her true adult colors except for this last molt. She, maybe a couple of days, she had the black with the yellow, but they usually turn brown. So she's getting in that stage where she's going to keep those colors, and really looking forward to that. I love the Chacos. Alright, next up is the Lasiodora periabana, the salmon pink bird eater. This is Kamatz, my little baby, who is getting bigger by the day. That's a hit. One of the most vicious ones in my collection. One of the smallest ones for right now. Next up, Nhandu chromatus, the Brazilian white striped bird eater, Andromeda. I've been dying to get a good attack on camera, and there you go. She's vicious, just very hard to film. She's very reclusive, but this new enclosure, if you watch the previous one of my cloud, the number 2, I talked about how I changed her enclosure around to get better looks at her when she attacks, and it's been working out for me so far. Really happy with the setup. she still burrows like crazy, but the way I made the bark in there, she's fine. No cave-ins or anything like that, and I can see her all the time, and she's happy, so I'm happy. Poecilotheria Irminia, Venezuelan sun tiger is a shadow. Check this out. That's a hit. I don't know if I've featured her before. I think this is the first time I actually featured her eating on camera. She's one of my more vicious eaters. Huge appetite. Lightning fast. And this tea has been doing great. I really like the Aphonopelma genus, and the Irminia I love more than the Camergide, the chevron. I love the Venezuelan sun tiger. They're sweet teas. Alright, let's check out that attack again in slow motion. That's a hit. Next up, Aphonopelma archetype, Peru Flame Rump, Mars Aries. She's been featured a lot here lately too. I just love showing off her personality, because after a while she'll kind of go into this really weird docile stage where she won't show her personality so much. So that's why she's been on here. Really want to show everybody how she is in everyday life before she turns into this and for 3 or 4 months not moving at all. Next up, Aphonopelma chalcodes, the desert / Mexican blonde. This is baby gray. My wife named this tarantula when I got her. As you know, very nice. As you know, some of these slings are very different from when they get older. When I got her, she was like electric blue / gray coloration, so my wife named her baby gray. I really like this tea. She's about 2.5, almost 3 inches now. Alright, so we're into our molts. Aphonopelma caseatum, featherleg baboon. This is Caesar. You won't actually see her on camera here, but I wanted to put it on here because I wanted everyone to know that I did have one. I've had people asking me where she's at. She hasn't been out because she's been in pre-molt, but she finally molted, and I have seen her out here lately after she's molted. She's eating. She's doing fine now. So you will see her in the future, hopefully. Next molt up is the Poecilotheria striata, the Mysore ornamental. Phantom. She was the smallest of my pokies, of my other 2 babies, my Ornata and my Metallica. And as you can see here, she's been doing great. The molt went fine. I don't really like her. She burrowed somehow behind this bark here, and I've got to pull that out and redo her enclosure a little bit. She's been doing fine in enclosure. I just don't really like her back there. Paraphysis Scrofa, the Chilean copper. This is Olympus, and as you can see, she's on her back here. And you're gonna see here that I documented her over the course of a week, which is going to lead me into telling you about the new series I got coming out called the Tarantula Focus Feature Series, and it'll deal with molts over a week time. Not just molts, tarantula information in general. My P Camergide will be featured here in the next couple of days for the first one of that video series, and this kind of give you a little glimpse of what it might look like. I just think this takes up too much time in the video, so I made a little separate one for molts documented over a week. And here's some of the other teas. I had a chalcodes, 2 cyclocernums molted here. I got a GBB that will be featured in next week's Cloud, and of course the P Camergide will be featured in the Tarantula Focus Feature video that will be uploaded this week. But this Scrofa here, it's got a feisty personality. Really not a huge eater, but she's not a faster. She'll eat. And one thing I love about this tea is that the colors that on this tarantulas is insane. I mean, when they say she's pink, she is absolutely pink, and the contrast with my tea, as you'll see here in a moment, coming up almost after a week after she's molted. And check this out. What the molt is that? I get a lot of questions of people asking me where do I keep my molts, and I do keep them. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with them. I'm getting to the point where I mean, it's really not that bad. I believe John 3800 has the worst collection of bolts than that, but who knows what I'll do with them. Yeah, in a beta fish container. But as you can see here, the pink contrasting with the darker legs after she darkens up, she's translucent right here. But I love that about these teas. They have the very dark legs that contrast off that pink, and it's just really, really gorgeous tarantulas. As you can see here, it's a beautiful contrast. Really like this tea. Alright guys, well, that's going to do it for this one this week. I'll be uploading the next Tarantula Cloud next week, so thanks for watching guys.